My little box out of the way because I see what I'm doing. Maybe. There we go. Okay, can everyone see everybody and then also the screen? Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, and I cannot see the chat, but again, just like unmute yourselves and hop on when they did it. So, for those who are Leslie's coaches, I am Lauren and I am her success partner. And so I'm super excited to team up to do this call with her and start our year off just excited for everything that has to deal. And not just Beachbody, but like in general, just with life. So I always write goals. Like I'm a goal person. And every year on my phone, I've got personal goals, career goals, and family goals. And I started looking into the vision boards and I'm like, you know what? I think there's something behind that. I think there's something behind doing a vision board. I wanted to personally do one and I thought what better time than to have our team do a vision board together. Everyone kind of casts out their visions for the year. So that's what started this. I'm going to talk to a lot of you guys and you also were interested in vision boards. So we're going to kick off so it's kind of like a workshop. We're going to walk you through, we're going to show you ours. And then at the end of it, we're going to leave you with the task of creating your vision board and sharing it with us in the next week. So a vision board just represents your goals and your best life and what you hope to get out of it in a visual sense. So instead of just writing down goals, you're actually putting an image with it. It seems simple to think about it, but they say where your attention goes is where your energy flows. And when you're intentional about things and you visualize them, they're more likely to come true. So looking at your board daily, visualizing it coming true, those are all things that we want. So no matter where you are in your journey, in your life, your career, fitness, this is something that can help us. Okay, so kind of the big question, and I always get like stumped, and especially when I first started setting goals, it was like, okay, well, what do I want my dream life to look like? What do I want my life to look like? And that's the first task. So you got to figure out what you want in life before you can create your vision for it. And the vision boards we're creating today are for 2021, but they also cast out what you want your life to look like on down the road too. Because maybe it's that you started your health and fitness journey and you want to get to your goal weight. Well, that's just a stepping stone. Like that will then go into everything else. So we want you to get serious with this and think deep. So I am going to challenge you guys to take out a piece of paper. Take a piece of paper. If you're on your computer and you like to do it electronically, do it on your computer. But I'm going to turn on some music here in a minute. We're going to take 5 minutes to really think about when you're visioning your life and your dream. Like if you could wake up every day and live the day as if it was the best day ever, what does that look like? Like what are some of the things that you feel? What are the things that you're doing? If it's spending the day with your family, is it not having to go to work? Is it setting your own schedule? And think big here. Don't restrict yourself based on, I know sometimes we get those ideals in our head. I can never do this. This is a vision. So this is like your dream life, what it might look like. So everything that comes to mind, write it down. Whether, little, big, anything, how it makes you feel, what your energy is. So I'm going to get some music. I'm going to set a timer and I'm going to give you 5 minutes. And I know this is kind of sometimes it's uncomfortable to write out what you want your dream life to look like or your vision, but I want you to go big. So anything that you can think of, and then we will. Yeah.
Win the lottery.
Win the lottery. I would live somewhere warm, but I know realistically I can't leave my family. I'll get some. Hopefully everyone likes country. That's what we got. And something else, it doesn't have to be like right. I just want you to write. Don't think about practically how it's going to happen. So right now, just I mean, there's no limits on this. All right, we'll do about 2 more minutes.
That's right.
Okay, hopefully you've got kind of something written down. And again, this is not, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is not your final. This is just starting to put the plan in action of creating your board. Okay, so we've all heard set SMART goals, I'm sure. But take a look at your list And these are visions of how you see yourself. Maybe, mine when I was looking at it and created it, maternity leave was something, but it's like, okay, so what do I want about my maternity leave? I want it to be stress-free. I don't want to have to worry about the finances during it. But I need to write down goals. So if that is something on your vision board, and maybe yours is to pay off some debt, or to plan your dream wedding, or to remodel your house, to add, to get pregnant, to have a baby, to whatever that might be. But what are goals that can help you get there, to get to your vision? So, your list that you've written down is your ideal life, if you could have anything. So now we're going to take a look at your list and come up with goals that go along with them. And make sure that they're SMART goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time sensitive. So instead of, I want to lose weight, I want to lose 20 pounds in 2021. Achievable, if you don't have the resources to achieve it, how can you get them? Who can you go to for help? Can you find a mentor? Can you, do you need to partner up with someone? Put a deadline on it, because that gives a sense of urgency and motivation. I don't know about you guys, but if I don't write something down or speak it out into the universe, I'm gonna just think it in my head, and then it'll get to it when it gets to it. And if it doesn't, I haven't let anyone down and I haven't said it out loud. So kind of putting a time frame on it makes it measurable and makes you do it. And then achievable and relevant. Make sure it's something that you want. So if you put down on your vision board that your ideal day would be sleeping until 9, you're not going to put down waking up at 5:30 is what you're going to do for a goal, because that doesn't align with your vision. So to make some SMART goals. I think it's really important too, when you're casting your vision, to have the different categories, because we are all so much more than one category. So we are all, we have business and career, and we're all coaches. So, coaching comes into that. And a lot of us, that's our side thing. And so we have full-time careers too. What is your vision there for the year? Your relationships, whether that be with your husband or your fiance, boyfriend, with your kids. I know I really, looking at my girls, want to be intentional. That was my word for 2020 and 2021. I'm going to carry that over too. I want to be an intentional mom and an intentional wife when I'm with Josh and spend time. Finances, finances play a big part in all of our lives, whether, we want them to or not. They carry some weight. So what is that? What would that look like for you? Would it be paying an extra $100 on your credit card? Is it paying off a car? Maybe purchasing a first home. Health, we're all in this for the health. We've all seen the benefits of being healthy this year more than ever. I think COVID has taught us the importance of that. But what are some specific goals that get you to what your vision is? Mine's going to be a postpartum journey coming up in 2021. Learning, whether that be going to school. Mine is I'm committing to reading a personal development book every month. I'm a slow reader, but I'm committed to doing that every single month. Creativity, spirituality, those are just kind of some categories to think into. So kind of take a look at what your board looks like, and then how your goals can line up to meet those visions. And we're not going to spend a ton of time on this, because again, you guys are going to, after we get off, and this next week, you're going to create your visions, but this is kind of how you do it. You make your outline, and then you're going to get specific about how you can make that happen. Okay, and so then now that you kind of laid the groundwork, there's lots of different ways you can create vision boards. And this is your board. So you're creating something that's going to make you happy, that you're going to enjoy looking at. So what I created or what Leslie created is not going to be maybe what you created. You can do virtual, you can do old school pen and paper, you can do poster board, you can do a collage, lots of different things. I use Canva, and I'll show you mine here in a little bit. And they actually had templates already set up, so I didn't create this. It was just pre-done for me. You could use Word, PowerPoint, just something that makes you happy and doesn't stress you out. So if you're not a computer person, don't do it on the computer. Collect pictures or images that are symbolic to what your goals and your vision that you listed out were. So the more specific, the better. If you listed that you want to pay off or buy a car, let's say that you want to buy a car for this year, like put the picture of that car that you're envisioning. Or if you want to take a vacation, like Leslie and I had earned the Success Club trip, now we both don't get to go, but you know, where do we want to go for our next vacation? What are we going to put on ours for that? You know, whether that's a picture, if health is your vision for the year, it's a picture of you before or a picture of someone that you are inspired to look like. I mean, we can't all look like Autumn, but and then add words. So not only images, but words that you want to feel daily. These are just some examples: fearless, powerful, confident, intentional. I use that word a lot. And then don't make it too crowded or chaotic, because you want it to be something that you look at that it creates peace. I don't know if you're like me, but I don't like messy. Like, I don't like extra stuff. I'm constantly purging my girls' stuff because they're hoarders. And also, I don't know how many pieces of colored paper we can have. And Mommy loves all the pictures, but I don't need to save them all. So I want my board to look very clean. Okay, I think up next is mine. And then I'm gonna have Leslie share hers as well. So again, I just created this in Canva. When I did this, I did the very same steps I had you guys walk through. I just took 5 minutes and I wrote, what do I want my life to look like? Like, what is my ideal 2021? And then I made goals that went with them. And then this is kind of how the pictures came up through it. So I'm going to walk you through a little bit of mine. Obviously, I have maternity leave listed there. When I started coaching, 18 months ago, I knew we wanted to have another baby. This little girl took a lot longer than we'd originally planned, but it's in God's timing. But I knew that I wanted maternity leave that I didn't have to stress out about. I only took 6 weeks with my other pregnancies, and I wanted more time with her. It just happens we don't even have daycare for a little bit longer, so I need to be off longer. Maternity leave is listed there for a lot of reasons. That was kind of always my goal. That's what I'm working really hard for, and that's what I've been working really hard for in 2020. And then also, you know, something I can't list, but when I look at that, it makes me think of like calm and peace, and I don't want to be stressed out. I want breastfeeding to go well. Like, there's so many things that little emblem represents to me. So yours, you know, I want when you look at your pictures that you pick to them to really mean something. The next is a picture of me in the bathing suit, because that is symbolic of my postpartum journey. So, you know, I've gained a lot of weight this pregnancy, but that's what happens. I listed the word grace right underneath of it, because I know going in, and I'm going to have my coaches hold me accountable and my challengers as well, that I preach that all the time, but I need to remind myself that just as much. And so I thought it was really important that I put that next to that picture, that even though that's where I want to get back to someday, it might not be in 2021, but that's what I'm shooting for. And not just that weight or that size, but I was happy. I was confident there. For the first time, I remember taking that picture, and that was the first time that I ever like saw my legs and I didn't see cellulite. And so that picture means a lot to me. Then we switch over to some coaching, which is my career and my business aspirations. I would really love to hit 2-star this year. I'm going to work really hard towards that. And so I have 2-star listed, and then I also have SC10. So for any of you guys who have been coaching for a little bit, that Success Club, I want to hit Success Club 10 every month. And then I put patience underneath, because I know it's going to take that for me to get there. And then over to the right, I have NLC. That is the emblem for our New Leaders Conference, and you have to have certain qualifications to get invited. That is a goal for mine by the end of 2021, is to have earned my way into that. And then, you know, I have listed $2,500 a month. I would like to, at one point, make that with Beachbody this year. And then I have a picture of the beach. So that is very specific. I pulled up the Sanibel Island in Florida. It is my goal to go back there with my family. But then also that picture means to me, when I'm thinking, when Josh and I have been planning for a future in our life, we would love to have an investment property. Not in Florida, but at the Lake of the Ozarks. And so when I look at that picture, I not only think of like our current vacations, but where we're going from here. So that is my board. It's not complicated. It doesn't have a ton of stuff on it. I was very specific on what I picked and the words that I picked with it. grace, patience, faith over fear, and then some coaching things. So Leslie, let me see if I stop share. If you share, can you share? Okay, I think you can share now. See if let you.
Share screen. Well, mine's just paper though, so I can just share
You
it
can
like
just hold
this.
it up. Okay.
All right, so I went old school paper and pretty markers. So mine, for example, has a closed and open sign because I feel like currently my office hours are always open. So when I get up in the morning, I check my phone, check in with challengers. I check my challenge group during the day. At night, if people message me, etc., I get back to them very quickly unless I happen to not see it. And I need to be much more intentional to have specific hours in the day that I'm working this business. So if it is, in the morning for an hour and I decide, okay, during that time, I'm going to connect with people on Instagram and I'm going to create content for the week. And then maybe an hour later in the day, I'm going to wait and check in with all my challengers at the end of the day instead of throughout the day, because they don't care if you're high-fiving them at, 7 a.m. or if you're checking in with them at 9 p.m., right? I mean, as long as they know you're there and you're showing up, it's fine. So I put this little sign because that's something I think I definitely need to do, which then brought me to being intentional. And so I wrote family, friends, and faith. So for mine, I want to be more intentional by setting office hours to spend more time with my kids and my husband at night. To also, since we just moved to Texas a couple months ago, I want to be intentional about making new friends and building friendships with people here. And then I also added faith because we've been watching online church, and obviously with the pandemic, a lot of churches aren't open, but in Texas they are. So I want to be intentional about my faith and find a church here that we can start going to as a family and getting the kids connected. Another one, then I drew at the beach, and Maya laughed and said I did not look like a very good person, but that's me laying on a beach, relaxing. At some point this year, I want to go on a vacation with just Ryan and have cocktails and read books and sit in the sun and have zero responsibility. So this is, please go away, COVID. I want to go on vacation with my husband, and we're going to find some time that we can do that. Then I also put 1-star diamond. I have a feeling that my team can probably get past that because I've got some pretty rock star people, and I think we're going to have some new people join us. So I would like to be 1-star diamond this year, and then what kind of goes with that is I want to hit team leader. So there's stepping stones in the business. There's team builder, team leader, premier coach, elite coach. And this year I hit team builder. So for next year, I want to at least hit the tier above and hit team leader. So I put that close to that so I have my eye on the prize. And is it going to come easily? No, I'm going to have to work my tail off, but I believe in myself and my team, and I think we can get there. And then I also have down in the corner in green, because money's green, I want to make $1,200 a month in this business. So I mean, coaches are usually kind of open with, you can't sign up and think you're going to get this windfall of money, because that's not how it happens. You have to work really hard. And so for me to get there, I'm going to have to sign up probably 5 people a month, maybe more, and make sure I have customers on home direct orders as well. So I'm going to have to figure out on the back end how I'm going to build that up. I had 1 month this year that I made that, and I was like super excited and super proud, and I never made that much again in 1 month. So that's a big goal for me, and I'm going to really, really push myself, but it's something that I dream of, and I'm dreaming big, and that's what I want to try to do. And that's what I've got on my board. I mean, literally, like, these things have been on my mind, but Lauren asking to do this, it made me put it down on paper. And it's not fancy, but it is like, this is me. This is how I do things. And I'm going to pin this on my wall with push pins above my laptop where I sit and work this business, so I can see it every day when I sit down, you know, whether I sit down and work for 20 minutes or 2 hours.
Yes, I love it. And mine is my backdrop of my computer. And so that's our last slide. Share screen again. Has kind of your takeaways for it. So keep your boards somewhere you'll look at daily, like Leslie said, where she's putting hers. If you have a workout area, you know, that's great to put it down there too. Mine can be my backdrop because it's electronic, so it's gonna be on my computer. A lot of girls on our team, they'll have it on their phones, like so they can see it. It's their screensaver. So just put it somewhere, because you can't make something and never look at it and expect it to come true. And then envision yourself living in that manner. Every day that you wake up, like, I am an intentional mom. I can do this. I am a 2-star diamond coach. Think those things can happen. I have a lot of you coaches on here that, you're getting married this year. Like, you envision yourself waking up in that wedding dress, in the body that you feel confident in, and loving yourself. So envision those things and believe it's already yours. And then be grateful still. And I think this is such an important takeaway. Be grateful for the good that is already in your life. We're casting visions and what we want our life to look like. And that's amazing, but appreciate where you are right now. So if you get to the end of the year and not everything happens on that board, that's okay, because you shot big, you went hard, you cast your vision, you didn't limit yourself with a ceiling, and you were appreciative of where you were along the way. And I think that's super important to see, just being intentional. But I cannot wait to see all of your boards. I want you guys to make them this week. So make them this week, sometime this weekend, before Monday the 4th, and send them to, if I'm your coach, send them to me. If Leslie's your coach, send them to her.
You can email them, you can text them, whatever.
Share them on Instagram or wherever you want to send them to us in that regard. And again,
true.
Yeah.
IG would be good in tagging us or whatever. So
that would be fun. And these can be, again, not, you saw Leslie's, you saw mine, and they can be anywhere in between. Are like way better than I can come up with. So you guys are techie people and I'm not. And then also some reminders though, for while we're on the call, Diesel Nation is doing their kickoff call for the new year. So if you've never attended one, or just even if you usually do, make sure you get it. It's next Tuesday the 5th at 7:30 Central Standard Time or 8:30 Eastern Time. So make sure you hop on that. I'm sure that Christina and Becky will have stuff to get us ready to go for the new year. And anyone starting MBF, I know Leslie, or not MBF, 9-week control freak, Leslie's already started it. I can't wait to see a lot of my coaches do it too. And I'm envious, and I will be watching, and we'll eventually get to it way later this year. But thank you guys so much. I have recorded it, so Leslie, I'll send it to you for any of your coaches who couldn't hop on, and then I'll share it in our team thread too. But get to creating, get to casting big visions for your life and for the year, and don't be limited. Don't start small. All right, I'm gonna get a picture. Wait. Oh, okay, everyone smile. Get a picture, and I'll tag you guys in Instagram. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Hopefully keep on clicking and doing good.
Hi, Maya.
you say hi to Miss Lauren.
All
right. Everyone have a great night.
Thank you guys. Talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Thank you.
See you in the challenge group.
Woo!